Hello everyone, I am Leandro. I'm doing a tutorial of GeoMaster for people running on Mega 16. I usually run this game on normal difficulty, but as the objective we are running there is easy, we'll do this tutorial on this difficulty, but um, easy and normal are pretty similar, and you only take slightly less damage when doing easy attempts. So everything I say here applies to normal difficulty. I'm trying to do a real quick tutorial uh, mentioning the basics of the game. If anyone else wanna challenge push harder this game, I suggest watching Breakdown's World Record, as this run is really optimized in terms of movement and menuing. So let's start. Stage 1 is... the start here is pretty simple. We just walk until we find this guy and we jump in and try to get a little damage boost. We need to kill this enemy because he will drop those rings. Explaining the rings for uh, anyone who is new to this game. We have 4 elements for those rings: fire, water, earth, and wind. And all your power-ups will be combinations of 2 rings, 1 or 2 rings of all elements. One of the most broken rings in terms of speedrunning is the ring we just got, the first wind ring, the gray ring there. He allows this ring allows us to use speed up, power up, like like we saw here. I've got the wave powered up because I have both water and wind rings. What we want to do here is unselect the water ring so we get only the speed up. Whenever we have those the ring flashing like that, when we press the C button, we can swap this ring in our hands. Blue and water and fire cancels each other. This will be important later in the run, but for now we will just use the speed up powered up. We go down here, get a... we went down there and got the apple to refill our health. And just a comment, uh, only version difference between Japanese and American versions will be this rock that I'm sitting at. Uh, this rock makes it way easier to jump over this plant here. This is the only difference. It's not relevant enough to... it's not a time save, I think, but it will surely make a lot easier to take less damage on the next screen. Next we'll jump over some enemies and do a damage boost over some of them. And if in any moment we get our health really low, we can just play safe and finish the level as intended. But I'll try to do it really fast here now. Oops. Yeah, those jumps are really tricky, and as you can see here, sometimes we take a lot of damage. Trying to do again. When doing single segment runs, this is one of the biggest reset points of the game. Just early we have a, if we wanna have a good time here, we need to go really risky on this section. But for Mega 16, if anyone wanna play safe, I recommend it, because resetting here is something you won't want to do in the race, especially because it's the second to last game, if I recall correctly. I don't remember if Duel Master or Phantasy Star is the second to last game. I remember Sonic 2 is the last game. So those are the damage boosts we can do in this section. We got a health refill, and next up we'll have just a moment, I'll enable mouse cursor so I can show up uh, some points where enemy spawns. We'll have an enemy spawning here, so we can jump here. Well, I pointed a little early, but it's consistent. It will always spawn there if we don't stop running. Sometimes if we go back and forth, the spawning place of those enemies will point messes up a little. So if we go just running, holding right, the enemies will spawn always at the same places. We'll have another enemy spawning here, so we can jump before it appears. Uh, Never mind, forgot this enemy spawns here, and the next one spawns really early here. And just a moment, I'll go back here, make another. Once you train it a little, you start taking way less damage here. Those statues do little to no damage, but we need to be really careful with those fireballs they throw. So we have one enemy here, one here, and one here. I'll make a save here, but it's not that necessary. Let me drop that guy where another enemy will spawn. Here, I don't know if it's RNG or maybe we'll have one enemy only spawning here, and maybe we'll have two enemies spawning here close to each other. They run faster than the ones before we descend the ladder, but we need to go really fast here because we'll get the first health powered up here to raise our HP to 3 points. Yeah, we got only one enemy. So I don't know what it is, but this is the boss. I'll just try to see if we get the two enemies pattern, so you know what to do if you face this pattern. Yeah, we got two enemies. So the best thing to do is, if it spawns early, we jump it and try to jump again because the second one will spawn immediately after the first one. So we need to do 6 hits on that thing to get our first health upgrade. And this boss is pretty simple. We just need to combine those two rings to get the wave powered up, and whenever the boss is far from us, we will try to hit it with wave attack, and if it's close we will try to do the flame attack like that. Oh sure, making a save state here. It will always jump over us for some reason. Now we defeated it and we got the first Earth Ring. There are two things you wait. The best powered up combination we can do here is Ice Dagger and Speed Up. Yeah, maybe after we will combine fire and wind to get the fireball powered up, but for now we'll get the Ice Dagger. Whenever you equip one ring with C button, it will keep flashing. If you just wanna uh, let go of the ring, you just press B and it will return to the center of the screen. So this is stage 1. Stage 1 is only shorter than the last stage, stage 5. Stage 2, 3 and 4 are pretty fast. So I'll just show the boss again. If we do nothing, it will keep running over us, but if we attack, it will always jump over us like that. And as this wave attack do do a little wave starting. I don't know how to explain as I'm not native to English, but it always go first up and then down. It will always hit the. It will almost always hit the boss when jumping, so it makes a lot easier to defeat the boss quickly. So we get the we get Ice Dagger and Speed Up. Stage 2 is pretty straightforward. It isn't complicated. Only one thing is it can lag really hard if we let too much enemies on the screen. So this sandworm here will spawn the second water ring. You can pick this ring here or later in the second stage. I will show where it spawns after. I recommend getting the ring here, but if you don't kill the worm in one cycle, you can just keep walking and grab the ring later. So we got the second wind ring, and the best combination here is using the fireball because it will fire faster because we have a second we have this second wind ring and the first fire ring. It will fire faster than both if we did this combination. It would fire slower, and it also fires faster than the ice dagger power that we had earlier. So the rest of the stage is pretty easy. We got a health refill there. Just make sure you don't have too many enemies on the screen so it won't lag that hard. If you wanna really optimize here, people can maybe jump some of the smurfs and stuff, but we'll just keep walking forward. If you really need some health by this point, you can just kill this enemy here and we'll get another health refill. For now we will need the second ring here because it gives us the high jump powered up. We need it. I'll pause. We need that powered up to make this jump here. Wait. We need it to make this jump, and if we didn't have got this ring on that sandworm, it will spawn here. So if you didn't get the ring there, you can get it here because you can't advance the game if you don't have a jump here. Jumping with that enemy there can be tricky, so you may kill it if you prefer. So here we'll just use speed up and high jump to travel through the stage. And on this well here we'll have this fairy here giving us the second health upgrade. When I run this game I usually stop getting health refills here, but there are 2 more refills on upgrades on next stages, and as we are doing a race and maybe spending a few more seconds is safer than maybe getting a game over, I recommend getting all refills on the Mag 16. If you're seeing this to learn this game, just recommend getting this one and going the rest of the game without getting health refill upgrades. And here we have a mid boss. Here we will want to use this combination of fireball to defeat it faster. Those bombs can deal damage if we run onto them, but this aside is a pretty simple boss. It's only a bit annoying to do it faster. I got this ring, but we don't really need it. If you don't need to go out of your way to get that ring. And I took a little more damage than intended here. So we have this screen now. There are a lot of enemies, but we need to avoid getting hit by the fireball enemies. Those flying enemies don't deal a lot of damage, but those fireballs deal a lot. So you can even get hit by those flying enemies. So you have some invisibility frames and don't get hit by the fireball ones. And I took a lot of damage, but I'll make a little save here. We will face the second boss here, this Firebird, and this boss has a little RNG. It can give us two patterns: a good fast one, but more risky, but riskier, and one bad RNG, but will will kill it safer, but it will take more time to kill the boss. So let's see. Just mash here as most as you can to give it most damage you can. The boss will keep flying from left to right here until the moment it lands on. It, don't, it does not land, but it will stay on the screen. So it can either stay on the right of the screen, which is the faster RNG, but a bit riskier, and it can stay on the left, which is the bad RNG. I did a save at first before the fight because we'll try to show both patterns here. So this is the faster RNG. If we get hit by those orbs, we take a lot of damage. Otherwise, you just stay below the boss and mash the button to attack it. And you should not move too far to the right because it may make the boss. It will make the boss go to the right and run. It will go to the place of what I call the bad RNG. I will just go back here. Oh, forgot to swap the rings. So either of those movements the boss do is RNG. It can either just go once to either left or right and stop, or you can take forever to and never stay on screen. Never is a overstatement, but it can take really long to get on the screen and make us lose time. So okay, one thing as I said, you don't wanna go too far to the right because it will do this. It will go to the right and there's nothing you can do to make it go to the right again. I think I mixed left and right, but never mind. So this was really fast. I think on easy it just take half, or I think that boss gives deals only half of each HP point when on easy, because on normal it can deal like a full point of HP. So this boss is way riskier on other difficulties. It's only one of the few difference I noticed. I don't think there is a difference in HP from what I saw. So, well, you get the strongest fire ring, and we'll make this combination here because it will be one of the strongest combinations we can do. Stage 2 is over. We're really low on HP here, but we have a health refill. Here we can just hold right and kill those enemies. There is not too many things to do here. Just jump over those orbs, and here we'll have a mid boss falling here. I think it started to fall already because I can see a few pixels of it. It will jump, it deals a lot of damage, so you just go a little to the left and goes below him. It will jump really high, so you take this moment to run below him and just ignore him. It it always gives us the second earth ring, but we won't need this ring on speedrun, so we can just ignore it. Oh, just a moment. Yes, like that. You wait for it to jump and run below it. We are on second part of stage 3. There are some wasps and bees and bats, whatever. We have well, I wanted to show the health upgrade, but we have a health refill here, which refills 3 points of HP. It didn't refill completely because I took damage from one of those beasts. So now we want only speed up and high jump now. Maybe if there's are a lot of enemies, we'll just kill it with fireball because those bats are really annoying. So here, if we are doing a normal speedrun of the game, we can just fall this hole here, but here on the right is one more health upgrade to raise our HP to 5. I will show it because maybe you just want to finish this game on Mega 16, so there I recommend getting all HP. Wait, just fall here. Let's see if I can go back there. Yes. So we need to destroy this too. Here we are near the end of the stage already. Well, if you're watching Breakdown Record, you won't get the quick kill that happens here. We need to combine this fire ring with the first earth ring to get the fire viper powered up. It has easily the most DPS, most damage per second of all skills, but it's really hard to use in the game. For some reason, if we are facing the boss here and mash the B button where the Fire Viper is, either B or A, depend on your which hand the upgrade is. Your hand will enter the hitbox of the boss and you kick it really faster than intended, like that. If not for that quick kill, we would spend like 15-20 seconds to kill the boss. Doing this, we kill it almost instantly. So we raise here and get the strongest water ring and get the wave attack like that. Speed up and wave, it's best combination we can use on next stage. So stage 3 is cleared. Those armored enemies from stage 1 do a lot of damage, so you need to avoid getting hit by them. Same thing for those rock heads here. It can deal a full point of HP. Those boulders almost deal a full point of HP, so you really don't want to get hit by those. And those boulders can't be destroyed. Here we have a mid-boss fight, which will give us the third wind ring if it stops flying. Here, if you want, you can switch the wind ring to mash faster. You can just hold right here, and here you will press down and jump to fall here. And here is the last health upgrade to make us get 6 HP. So doing this is pretty safer than doing 4 or even 3 HP. Here we want to make double jumps on a low height. Just we want to jump only high enough to don't get damaged by the lava, because it also deals full HP like those boulders. And I was not prepared for those enemies falling. You don't need to use both high jump and double jump, but I will use it to show where you can get a refill to heal 3 HP. On this platform, when we jump it, there were a health refill here. You can get to refill your HP because we have a boss fight up next. And you can jump there with speed up. This boss can be really tricky. I will do a save state here. I think the pattern this boss have is RNG. I don't know if can be manipulated, but usually we'll want the dragon to face left, and we'll just stay below him and mash the wave attack like that. Those fireballs do a lot of damage, so I'll, whenever he charges the attack, if you wanna play safe, you might want to go far from the boss. If you take too long, I think I will be hit, but you can use speed up and double jump and just run away from him. The boss will fire like 3 or 4 fireballs and we'll fight to where we are. So the boss is not that hard, but it can deal a lot of damage. So if you can wanna play safe, you really need to avoid those hits. And we get to the last ring of the run, the last Earth ring, and here is the part of the game which was a nightmare for me when I was a child playing casually, because what you need to do here is combine the rings who cancel each other, like earth and wind, and water and fire. If you do this, you get the blade from the opening cutscene. Not opening, the intro of the game before the start screen. So this blade is really overpowered, and we'll use that blade always when we need a really fast and strong attack. Here is the second form of the dragon boss. It's really hard without the blade, but with the blade we just need to deal 2 or 3 attacks to defeat it. We can do it before the boss start attacking us. So we are on the last stage, and here you will see how hard the menu is on the final part of the game. It's the thing you might need to train the must to go faster in this game. So we always want to have speed up and wave, and whenever we need the blade we'll swap fast to those rings to get the blade, and sometimes we will need the double jump and high jump. Here on the start we'll just kill those enemies. Don't take the damage from these enemies, they do a lot of damage, so you really don't want to get hit by them. Like that. See, I got 2 full HP points of damage. You really don't want to get hit by them. We'll just get here, and on that part we'll swap to high jump and double jump to skip a portion of the stage. Forgot I need double jump here, and you want to kill the enemies here. Beware because he can fire some attacks, so you might need to avoid some fireballs from those statues. And here's a mid boss. We will switch to blade here because it dies with only one attack. Here we need both speed up and double jump to make a skip. So we are falling here. The intended would be falling onto a hole and do like 2 minutes of stage. So we'll use the double jump to skip a portion of like that. Here we'll fall a bit here and jump to this part. I've paused the game. I'll just do a save state here, just in case I mess up this skip. It isn't hard, but it's really weird to pause there, so I just take a save state. So this is pretty easy. I'll just make save state to show what happens if you fall here. There are some enemies here, some annoying boxes here. So to avoid all those enemies and hitting this thing to make the bridge appear, you may want to do this skip. We take this elevator here. Usually we'll go to right, but if you wanna refill your health, there's one last health refill here, which refills 3 points of HP. And those blocks can be destroyed, but if you wanna go fast, you can just ignore them like that. When you are on your iframes, you can just ignore those blocks. Here we need both high jump and double jump to jump this section, and there's another block here. In this part of the stage we have up fired live split on accident, and on that stage you have a refight with both the dragon and the firebird bosses, and now we have the blade, so we just need to attack the boss once or twice like that. And we switch back to speed up and double jump. I'm really rusty on those menuing and switching rings, but it's something you really need to train if you want a good a good PB on this game. Here we have 4 statues of each element, and we want to use the blade to defeat them really fast, like that. I stayed on the fire, but it was I should I should make a save state here. You might want to either stay farther from that first boss or stay behind it so you can hit it safely and pretty fast. Now we will use speed up. Oh sure, on those statues, as you will only need the speed up between switching to the blade, you can just unequip one of those rings and select the remaining ring on that hand, so you always have speed up without needing to spend time switching those rings. It's a bit faster menu you can use. So whenever I'm here and the blade attack just like an arc here, it deals way more damage than just hitting the projectile of the blade. Here we killed that statue with only 3 attacks. Here we have the most annoying statue, which is the earth statue with deals some earthquake attacks. We didn't see the earthquake attack from on speedrun because it's really useless in a run, but it can freeze you if you are on the floor. So you might want to jump on this boss so you don't freeze on the ground. Like that. And that wrecking ball can do a lot of damage. So this is one of the reasons we took all the health upgrades here. Now we just need to jump this section. If you want, you may use double jump here, but it's not really necessary. So when the music fades out is when the boss may appear. Will appear. Here's the final boss, and we switch back to blade. If we do the boss really fast, we can kill it in 2 cycles. Otherwise, we will kill it in 3 cycles. So getting 2 cycles here will save like 15 seconds, 15 or 20 seconds if I recall correctly. So let's go to the fight now. Stay close to him so the blade will do more damage. So in Breakdown's world record, he takes only a health upgrade. He stays with 3 HP for the entirety of the run. And because of that, unequip the blade and stay with the barrier powered up, which make us take less damage from enemy attacks. I won't use it on when I get 4 HP because generally the seconds I spent getting the health upgrade I save here using not using barrier, but I'll show up the skill just in case you need to use barrier to take less damage. You just fire the barrier and you take really uh, you take a lot of less damage than intended. So back with the blade. The boss is starting to charge an attack. We switch to double jump, and usually you would want to jump over this attack. So, but I took too long to do that and got almost a full HP of damage. It's something that can make you lose a run on normal or hard, so please don't do the mistake there. We probably get in 3 cycle on this boss because we took a lot of damage. And we got really lucky, we didn't get damage from the boss. Okay. When you do a speedrun of the game, single segment run, not considering Mega 16, but on leaderboard rules, time uh, finishes when the screen gets fully white, like that. So we can just enjoy the credits or switch to the next game on Mega 16. I hope that helped. It's not a hard game,